Bonjour mon ami, bienvenue à Paris. Welcome to France, my friends. Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're in Paris on our little French tour. And what we want to do is give you basically a 10 to 14 day itinerary of visiting France. Because a lot of people ask me, Mark, what should I see and do in France? Where should I go in France? There's so many great places, whether it's Provence or Normandy or Strasbourg or all kinds of stuff. What I'm going to put together today is a simple itinerary that if you got 10 to 14 days, and this is more geared towards American tourists because we only get 10 to 14 days every year on vacation to see some of the highlights of France that are easy to do. And we're going to start off here in Paris. So let's say we're going to give you 3 days in Paris. Now when you come to Paris, obviously you want to go to the Louvre behind me and see the Mona Lisa and Winged Victory and Venus de Milo and the Marriage of Cain and all these fantastic paintings and works of art that are in there. And that will take, a lot of one of your days. So I would say pick and choose the sites you really want to see inside, the pieces you want to see inside, and then get out and explore. Another museum which you should see when you are here is the Musée d'Orsay. And the Musée d'Orsay, that's where all the Impressionists are. So if you want to see your Monets and your Manets and these kind of things, that's where you're going to go for that. That's right on the river, easy to get to, cool museum to check out as well. Now other things you want to do here in Paris, obviously you can walk down the Champs-Élysées and you can see that with the architecture and all these things. At the end of the Champs-Élysées, you have the Arc de Triomph, which is the required photo you have to take when you are here, as well as the Eiffel Tower, which is actually right over there. I can see from here. Is you're going to go to the Arc de Triomph and see that, walk around, pay your respects, and when you go to the Arc de Triomph, you don't cross the roundabout, okay? It's the biggest roundabout like in Europe, okay? So you don't cross that. You go underneath it to go up into there. Now, from there, you actually can go to the Eiffel Tower. Now, if you are claustrophobic, do not even think about going up, because you will lose it, okay? I tried to go up with Jocelyn a couple years ago, and she was like, I can't do this, I can't do this. We only got up one set of the elevators, because it's one set of elevators, then another set of elevators going up, and it's packed, it's cramped, stuff like that. So if you're not good, maybe they'll go one flight, or you don't actually have to go up. You can go to the park there, grab a baguette and some cheese, and have a little picnic at the park by the Eiffel Tower. If you got little kids, there's a little play park there as well, so the kids can play there, and you can take on the Eiffel Tower and get a little smooch to your girl, or your boy, or whoever, and you can have a good time there, and it is really cool. Now, some other stuff you could see when you are here, what I recommend is go explore more than just kind of this historic center. Yes, you should go to the Ile de Cite, which is back behind me, where Notre Dame is. You got to see that church, but there's other great churches here, there's other great districts. Go up to Montmartre, that's where we usually stay, and you can see Sacré-Cœur, that big white church you'll see up on the hill. You want to do that, okay? Now, when you are here in Paris, this is, just like everywhere in France, you get a great chance to actually eat very well here. So make sure you're having the wine and you're having the cheeses and you're going to the bakeries and you're going to the patisseries and you're having the baguettes and the croissants and all the fantastic tarts and stuff that are here. And what's cool is when you go to eat here, and just like anywhere in France, you're gonna have menus, okay? So it'll give you like a starter, a main dish, and dessert, which is cool because then you can kind of sample a little bit more of France and a little bit more of Paris and different regions that are out there. And the thing is, when you order here, you don't have to tip. The service is already included, the taxes are already included. So you might see the price and say, wow, 27 bucks for that menu, that seems a little bit high, but realize that a quarter of that is taxes and service already there. So you're like, oh well, that's a pretty good deal for 20 bucks or 18 bucks, so I'll go for it. And you will not be disappointed. The food here is fantastic, okay? Now, if you do have some extra time and you want to do a day trip from here in Paris, there are a lot of great day trips. You can take the kids to Disneyland Paris if you want. Or what I recommend is you actually take the kids and go out to Versailles. Go see the Palace of Versailles and all the apartments you can go through and the gardens you can explore, and it is a great day trip from here in Paris. And what's cool about Paris is you can go and take a tour on the river any time of the day. Take it in the evening to see everything light up with the Eiffel Tower lit up and the city lit up and Notre Dame lit up. It is just gorgeous. So you can spend the day out and then spend the night exploring around town. And what's cool is with all these different districts in the city, from the Latin Quarter to Montmartre and every other arrondissement out there, you really get to see that though this is a huge city, it has like pockets of privacy in it, and that is one thing I really love. But those are your first 3 days in France. Now, we're Americans, we don't have a lot of time to go see stuff. We gotta go. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go to Normandy, and we're gonna go to the D-Day beaches and see those. Because as Americans, the D-Day beaches are one of the things you definitely have to check out. So now we're here in Normandy for our 3 days in Normandy. And the thing is, when you come to Normandy, one of the things Americans come to most is they want to see the D-Day beaches. And you will definitely see that. Now, when you come to Normandy, what I recommend is take the train in from the Saint Lazare station. You can go to Caen and get a car there, or you can go to Rouen from Saint Lazare as well. You can get a car there and rent it from there to go and explore. Because to really get everything you want out of Normandy in your 3 days that you'll probably have here, and I would say you want more time. Obviously, all these places you want more time. But since we're Americans, we only get 10 days or 2 weeks off. We got to economize. What's cool is you can rent a car in Rouen, or you can rent a car in Caen, and you can drop it off in the Loire Valley or in Provence, depending on how much time you have. Because when you have your own car, you have a better chance to see as much as you can. And what's cool is Normandy and Loire and stuff is pretty calm, and so you can drive around without the hustle and bustle of driving in Paris. So I say, take the train into here and get your car. Now, where you're going to stay, well, if you want to use public transport, I recommend staying in some place like Rouen, because Roun's a big city. It's got lots of connections. You can get to some other places really easily. Or you can go to Bayeux, which has some museums and gives you easy access to the D-Day beaches and stuff like that. Now, what to see when you are here in Normandy in our 3 days? One, you're going to go to the D-Day beaches. You're going to go to Omaha. Okay, Omaha Beach. Go to the American Cemetery at Omaha and see their visitor center, because in the visitor center it gives you a great background on the people that sacrificed on that day. It's extremely moving. Expect to have tears in your eyes. And then you go and see the cemetery, and it is a very moving experience. You can go down to the beach, you can see those things, or you can go to Utah Beach where the Americans are and go to St. Marie Église, and you can see the Paratrooper Museum, and it's got parachutes as the museum. It's pretty cool. And you'll see the Paratrooper on the church up there. That you can learn about the story about that. What's cool is you can also go, another place you want to go is that Bayeux. Bayeux is nice because there's a really good Battle of Normandy museum if you want a good background about D-Day and those things. But also it's got a UNESCO World Heritage Site in the Bayeux Tapestry, which talks about the Battle of Hastings in 1066, which is one of the most important things where William the Conqueror became William the Conqueror and became the King of England. So that's cool there with their cathedral. Rouen with its cathedral that Monet loved when he was there. He painted it dozens of times with a big clock, the grosse horloge, or the big clock that's there as well in Rouen, and walking around there and the shopping, the food, and all kinds of great stuff. Also, when you are here, make sure apples is a big thing here. So you're going to have cider instead of wine, which seems weird because we're in France. You're supposed to have wine, but here you're going to have cider. Also, probably your 3rd day when you are here, you're going to go to the most famous place that people know about Normandy outside of the D-Day beaches, and that's Mont Saint-Michel. What you need to know about Mont Saint-Michel is this island with an abbey on top, and it's just gorgeous when you drive up and see it. So there's a parking lot outside you park in, and then there's a free bus that takes you along the spit or the walkway or the waterway up there. You can walk it too. It's no big deal. They've made a nice little walk path up there. You go there. Tons of tourists go, but you wander the one street going up. You see this abbey, and there's been people pilgriming there for 1,200 years. Okay, so this is like one of the most pilgrimage sites in Christianity, and it is one of the most prettiest things to see in France, so you'll definitely want to do that. Now, I will warn you, here in Normandy, if you can't tell, it's windy, it's a little bit chillier, and because we're right by the sea, so you do have to worry about that. But eating here, lots of stuff, seafood, okay, scallops and sole. You want to eat the sole food, not soul food, but like sole, the fish. And lots of cream sauces and a lot of things to do with apples. You'll be great, okay? For kids, the caramels here are really good for the kids, all right? So those are some things you can do here for your 3 days in Normandy. Now, next thing, you get in your car, or you get in the trains or the buses, or however you want, and you're going to go to Loire for your next 3 days. So after you've left Normandy, you're coming down here to the Loire Valley, and we're here in Amboise at the Leonardo da Vinci Park. Actually, Claude Doucet, that's his house he lived in for the last 3 years of his life, is actually here in Amboise, and we're doing a nice chateau tour. And so you got your 3 days here. One thing I will say, when you do come to the Loire Valley, don't try to see too many chateaus in one day. 1 or 2 chateaus a day is good, because what happens is it starts to kind of blur together and it starts to be a little bit too much. So make sure you kind of mix things up. So spend a day here in Amboise. You can go to Leonardo da Vinci's house here, and you can see his designs and his work around the park here. And yes, you can go to the chateau up there. You can do a walk around the park. There's a zoo here in Loire you can go to. You can go biking for the day to go visit some chateaus. Also, you could go on wine tasting, because this is one of the best wine regions in France. Believe me, there's a lot of great wine regions in France. This is one of the best ones. You can go on wine tour tastings, all kinds of great stuff, and of course going and visiting the chateaus. Now, Chambord is the biggest one out there, but there's so many great chateaus. What I recommend is read up on the history of some of these chateaus before you come, to figure out which ones really kind of touch you is what's really good for me. You know, is it Amboise where, you know, Charles VIII bonked his head going to watch tennis or play tennis and died? What? Yeah, I'm a tennis fan. That would be kind of cool to know. Haha, tennis can kill kings, you know, and stuff like that. But you do spend your 3 days here. You want to eat duck. Duck's a really big thing here. They have a lot of local fish from the Loire River. You want to have that. The andouillette, there's the tripe sausage. I don't know if you want to have that, but it's up to you. But there's all kinds of great stuff. But it's wine you're going to have here. All the wine here is fantastic. You want to do that, okay? So the 3 days, I would say you get here one day, you know, and come to Amboise, or you can stay in Tours or something like that. Go and explore that city at night because they light everything up. It's so nice. Here in Amboise in the summer, they have a light and sound show with the chateau. It is so cool. Next day, go and see some of the chateaux. If you want to go Chambord or wherever, find one or two of those and enjoy that. And then the next day, go on a bike tour, go on a vineyard tour, maybe you see a chateau with that, and it's a really great relaxing time. And then what's cool is you can grab a train. It's only like an hour and a half to Paris from here if you're heading back home. Otherwise, you can keep on driving and you can head down to Provence as well and go to Avignon, which is really nice, where the papal palaces are. You know, the popes were actually in France for a while. You can go and see that. You can go to Arles, which is by there, and see the huge Roman amphitheater, or the theater that's there, and the church that's there has, like, you can see the angels leading people to hell or heaven or whatever. And it is pretty, like, a really cool town to check out. Right by there's Nîmes, and Nîmes is not technically a part of Provence, but it's so close. It's like 18 minutes from Arles. You can hop over there and see the crocodile stuff and another amphitheater and the temple there. Or you could go down to the Côte d'Azur. You can go down to the French Riviera and go to Nice with the stone beaches and see all the stuff there. Head to Monte Carlo and see that, and then grab the TGV back up. Now the thing is, if you only got 10 days or 12 days, maybe you don't have enough time to go down to Provence. But if you have the full 2 weeks, then I would say do that. So you start with your Paris, then we head to Normandy, then here to Loire. You got the time, go down to Provence. Otherwise, head back up to Paris for your last day or last night and enjoy one last view of the Eiffel Tower, the Arc de Triomph, and the awesomeness that is France. Anyway, I hope that helped you enjoy and kind of plan a little bit better for a quick trip to France. I know we love it. If you want to learn more, we've got 5 things you love and hate about visiting France, 10 things that'll shock you about visiting France, what to see and do here in Amboise, how to visit Normandy, how to visit France, all kinds of great stuff, all on our website at woltersworld.com. And yes, we are Francophiles. We do love France, and we love the people. And don't let people tell you that French people aren't nice and aren't wonderful, because they are. Those are just the Paris waiters that give them a bad name, okay? So have a great time here. If you want to learn more, again, check us out on our website at woltersworld.com. Adieu or au revoir from here in Amboise, France. I'm going to go check out Leonardo da Vinci's house now. Bye.